Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video. I am Gabriel Bartholomew, and now in today's video, we're gonna talk about. Look at my hair. Oh shit. Whatever. In today's video, we're gonna talk about The Boys, episode 4 of the final season. Great season so far. I'm enjoying very, very much, and let's hope the end of the show is as good as the whole show is. So now I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts on it very briefly. I don't want to take too much time here because I like to do some really good complete reviews on the end of the show, the whole show, not per episode. But I'm gonna talk a little bit the things that comes to mind and that I like the most. Uh, as you could see in the thumbnail, we're gonna discuss if that guy was Soldier Boy's brother. Yes, I well, there's a reason for maybe he is Soldier Boy's brother, but maybe he isn't, and I'm very excited to talk about it. But first, let's talk about Starlight. The whole thing with Starlight. I'm not gonna talk about it because it's so boring. It's terrible. It's a filler. Didn't need to be there. They could have put her to talk with Marie Moreau. We know she's gonna show up at some point. She's in the trailer, but I didn't like it. I think nobody liked. But so whatever. I'm not gonna talk about that at all. I think we don't need to talk about it. But we need to talk about everything that happens in Fourth Harmony. It's for Fourth Harmony, isn't it? The name of that place that they were in. I don't remember the name. I think it's Fourth Harmony. Everything that happens there is nuts. There's a guy, as you could see in the episode, that it was like The Last of Us. He was like a plant. Like his body transformed into a plant. And anyways, if you watch the episode, you know what I'm talking about. And it looks a lot with The Last of Us. I'm not gonna show images here. I wanted to put some images here, but I'm not gonna show any pictures here because maybe I you know how YouTube works. So I'm not gonna try it. But it's in the thumbnail. If you look at the thumbnail, you will see what I'm talking about. And if you watch if you're here watching this, you watch that episode, so you know what I'm talking about. That guy, he I think he is Soldier Boy's brother. As you could see in the beginning of the episode, it's not beginning, the middle of the episode, we see Homelander talking about it with Soldier Boy, about his past, about how he wasn't a soldier and his dad put him there. He was basically, a rich boy and all that, and he never fought or anything, and his brother didn't like him. We saw that, and then in the end of the episode, you find out that Quinn he hates Soldier Boy so much, and that's why he spreads hate through the place. And it's really funny because it's very The Last of Us, but instead of people becoming zombies like in The Last of Us, here you have a lot of rage. So you start fighting with your friends, with your family, with your enemies, and everybody. Even the soups is affected. Soldier Boy was affected. Butcher was affected. Homelander was. Mother's Milk, Huey, Kimiko. French was the only one that wasn't because of his problem. So it can affect soups as well. And it was really interesting to see that. But that dialogue that Soldier Boy had with Quinn, it makes me think, well, maybe Quinn is Soldier Boy's brother because, you know, Quinn was a real soldier and Soldier Boy wasn't. So Quinn got rageful. Quinn got bitter. Uh, Quinn got really angry because the Captain America, Soldier Boy, was his brother who never went in a fight, basically, while he was a soldier fighting wars for the United States and all that. And oh shit, I hit my elbow here, but and he wasn't rewarded with the V1, and Soldier Boy only got the V1 because his father put him there, and I don't remember if he bought the V1 or if he put him there. If you hear some barks, I'm sorry, it's my dogs in the background. But so I don't remember if if his father bought for him or if he was put there. But the main reason is Soldier Boy wasn't a soldier and his brother was, and he never got recognized for it. So there's a really good reason for him to hate him. So that makes me think, well, maybe he is his brother, and he cries after he kills him. So when Soldier Boy kills Quinn, he cries later, and that makes me think even more that Quinn is his brother. But there's a very good reason for him not to be his brother, and that reason would be maybe he only cried because he didn't want to kill Quinn. He hated Quinn, but he didn't want to kill Quinn because we know that uh, everybody was affected by the sparrows of Quinn. He was releasing a rage at everybody, and the soups was being affected. Homelander was affected, Butcher was affected, and Soldier Boy was clearly affected. So maybe Soldier Boy killed Quinn because of the rage and not because he wanted, you know. So maybe he's not his brother, and he's just one of the first people that got the V1 with Soldier Boy, and now he killed him. So that's why he feels that way, because he didn't want him die. He didn't want to kill him, and he killed him because of all the rage and everything Frenchie did. Or maybe he is his brother, and he also didn't want to kill him, but Frenchie got in his head and made him made him kill him. So, but it was a great episode for Soldier Boy. We saw a lot of backstory of him. I saw a few people saying that this episode was just a filler, and I don't feel like that. Starlight was absolutely everything related to Starlight was filler, terrible. But this episode, it wasn't a filler. It was they are trying to make you understand a few more things before Vought Rising. They are setting up some things for Vought Rising. That's why they're calling Stormfront Claire Vought Liberty. In season two, basically she was called Claire Vought or Liberty, I think once in the whole season, and now this season she's only being called that. So they are still calling her a bunch of names because in Rising, the spin-off of Soldier Boy and Stormfront, she won't be called Stormfront. She will be called Liberty. So they are setting up a few things for Rising. Bomb site is in Rising, so another setup for Bomb site for Rising. So that's pretty interesting. It wasn't a filler. They were setting up things for Vought Rising. Talking about the boys. Well, the boys, yes, it was more or less of a filler because you only see them fighting each other. There's no backstory. There's no nothing. But it was important for them because they all every single character of the group of the boys, they had something inside that they didn't want to talk about. And in this episode, they let it all out. They let it all out. They fought. You know, they did they swear. They did everything. They said everything they wanted. Each character. So it was good for them. They had to release that, and now it's released. But it wasn't too much. No, we only saw them fighting and trying to find V1, which they didn't. And now we know that Bombsight was there and took the V1 left. So basically, that was the whole episode. There's not much to talk about this episode. It didn't happen that much things. The most important thing was definitely about Soldier Boy, Homelander. Homelander also, I almost forgot. Homelander, we found out about Homelander kryptonite, right? Of course, that prison that Homelander was trapped in, it didn't kill him, but it made him weaker. Maybe if you put him into, a very, very, very strong prison with that, I forgot what was it. It was uranium, I think. It was something like that. It's something it's something that is made with. It's something that made people use to make the atomic bomb. So I think it is uranium. I think so. If you put him into a cell with a bunch of those uraniums around him, maybe he will be weak enough to stay trapped there. But I don't think that's going to be the end. Probably they won't use that anymore. Probably his end will be dying for any other reason and by any other ways. But it's interesting. We saw for the first time a kryptonite for Homelander. And in the end of the episode, Homelander has the chance to kill Soldier Boy, and he doesn't. He chooses not to kill Soldier Boy. So that might change a few things as well. Maybe Soldier Boy now will think, well, he's my brother, he's my son. Maybe I can, maybe I can help him to get better. Maybe I can try to help him to be the way I want him to be. And by the way, every fight sequence between Homelander and Soldier Boy was great. It was really fun. It was incredible. Him trapping him, Soldier Boy looking at him inside that cage and telling, "You don't realize, you don't realize, do it? No, yeah, you don't realize, don't you? Um, just how I can't fucking stand you." That line is really good, and I love it. Jensen Ackles, he's the best. Um, but anyways, that was the episode. There's not much to talk about. You know, I think that's pretty much it. Now let's see the next episode. Next episode, we're gonna have Jared Padalecki, which is the actor who played Sam Winchester in the Supernatural series. Misha Collins is coming as well in the next episode. Jared Padalecki already said that he will play Mr. Marathon, the first speedster of the seven before A Train, and he's a huge fan of Soldier Boy. So it's going to be really interesting to see that dynamic. And I guess they are going to Mr. Marathon, so maybe Mr. Marathon knows something about bomb sites, and that's why they're going to talk with Mr. Marathon. But it's going to be a really fun episode. Episode 5 coming next Wednesday. So let's see how it goes. I'm very excited for it. What do you think about the episode? Comment down in the comment section. Yeah, guys, I think that's it. I think that's it. Today's Friday. I don't know when you're watching this, but today's Friday. If you watch this today, happy Friday, happy weekend. I wish you a very good weekend. But if you're watching this any other day of the week, I wish you a very good week, a very good day. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys are well. God bless you all. Have a blessed day. And see you in the next video. Bye.